did she finally go to bed? Did she eat?
Fuck it. I'm going in.
Hey, you get cash from Megan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, those pajamas. Yeah, it's fine. So, Megan, we'll just talk to you when we get home, okay? We'll be there in a minute. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Find everything all right?
Yeah.
You happen to have your rewards card?
No.
Do you have any coupons?
I don't.
Is that your band?
Yeah, man.
Paper plastic.
Plastic.
And you heard about that kid?
1528.
One down in Houston killed his teacher.
I'm just trying to get home, man.
It's all over the news tonight. Kid's a big fan of yours. Drew that shit all over her wall. Her blood. Enjoy the publicity. I bet you're eating that shit up.
Come on.
It looks to you, it's probably your kid that did it, you sick fuck.
Oh, God.
Fuck you, motherfucker!
Ian. Ian! Ian!
Back here with playoff previews. 8 great teams in there. Really looking forward to it. Let's get into it. The first matchup, it's the 8th seed, myself, sneaking in 8-5. Taking on the 1 seed, Eric Suhino, ending up 10-3. Great year for him. I ended up 7th in scoring with 2,966.26 points. Eric was 12th in scoring with 2,746.67. NFL.com right now projects me to beat Eric by 6. Few things I'm looking at here. Obviously, I have a lot of Browns players. They're playing Cincinnati at home. I'm hoping it's a bounce back game for the Browns. Either that or they give up on their coach. A couple of developments. Zach Pascal looks like he's the WR1 in Indy right now with all those injuries. And then you got Patrick Laird, who looks like the RB1 in Miami for Eric, who had 17 points last week. So when I'm looking at this, most of my offensive players are playing at home. Most of his are hitting the road. Earlier this year, I lost to Suhino with all my Browns players on the bye, though, by 20 points. That was week 7. I plan on not letting that happen again. I am projecting myself to win. I hate picking myself to win, but I have myself beating Suhino in a shocker, and should be a good one to watch. Next up, 7th seed, Luke, too good for a name, taking on Brandon in the Architect 2nd seed. I look at this with all the kerfuffle there with the seeding. Brandon wins top seed money, which is great, obviously. But his gift for that is running into Luke and too good for a name, a guy I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs. Luke, third in scoring this year, 3,119.16. Brandon obviously won top scorer money with 3,207.56. Some of the developments I've been tracking, Luke, is it going to be Brady or Cousins? At quarterback, Brady, I mean, he got you all those garbage time points last week, but obviously it must have been a bit scary. Looks like Darius Geis will dress this time for you. For Brandon, really, it's coming down to his tight ends. If Hooper and Ingram don't come back, it could be trouble. NFL.com has Luke by 17. These guys didn't meet earlier this year, so there's nothing to go off of as these teams didn't collide. I think it's going to be a thriller. I think Luke and Too Good for a Name wins. So right now the commission is projecting the first seed and the second seed will be one and done in the playoffs. Time will tell. Next up, we got our sixth seed, Sean and Fallen Misfits, taking on Joshua, Life's a Mitch, third seed. You guys saw it, first time for Sean in the playoffs. Very exciting for him. NFL.com really has Sean by 8 right now. Sean did finish second in scoring, 3,151.55. Mitch, obviously in the playoffs, fifth in scoring, 3,076.89. You know, some of the developments I'm looking at for Mitch, do you go Carr or Tannehill? They play each other in a playoff-like atmosphere game for sure. Tennessee Raiders this week. Or do you go with Minshew? He's back. You know, he looks like he's going to be pretty good. Hard to say, right? So, you know, that's going to be a challenge for him to decide. Joshua did lose to Sean week 4 by 28 points. And week 4, I guess there was a couple bye weeks for a couple teams, I believe. Not sure if it affected them, but 28 points week 4. Joshua lost to Sean. Other developments, you know, Rashad Penny looks like he's breaking out for Mitch at just the right time. And then for Fallen Misfits, Marcus Johnson. Is this guy relevant? Sounds like he might be. There's no receivers in Indy that are healthy. I think this one's going to be close, but I'm going Life's a Mitch to win this one over Fallen Misfits, and Sean's first playoff game is a loss. Next up, I got fifth seed Susan Fighting Geese taking on Chris and True North, fourth seed. Geese did lose to Chris week 2 by 40 points. So True North just dominated week 2. He's going to begin his title defense here in the playoffs, looking for back-to-back titles. Sue's finished 6th in scoring, 3,050.86. 6 teams got the 3,000 point club, and then 11th for True North at 2,811.07. Couple of things I'm looking at here. So first off, Rogers, easy matchup versus Washington for True North. So I think that's a big development, especially when you look at Susie's starting quarterback being Drew Brees taking on San Francisco's defense. I think that's going to be trouble. I also like Mixon in Cleveland. I have a feeling the Bengals always run the rock hard on Cleveland and always seem to run successfully. And for Sue's, it's Zeke in Chicago. So I don't like that matchup. NFL.com has Sue's by 48. You guys aren't going to believe this. I am going to go with a shocker here. I'm going Chris and True North. Wins this one in a shocker. I like his matchups better. And this guy always finds a way to win big games. And I think he's going to win this one. Anyways, those are your playoff previews. I'm not previewing Consolation. But Consolation obviously is going to heat up as well. I hope you guys have a great week and are keeping an eye on the playoffs.